Hello! There is a party nearby. I may join it later. Anti-natalism. There is a lot for me to sink my teeth into, but at first I will start only with reviewing the theory itself and the mistakes that I see in it. From the videos, especially by GloomBoomDoom, the universe doesn't have a meaning or designer, and life doesn't have a meaning or designer also. Life began by chemical chance, and then it evolved until it reached our stage when consciousness evolved, and human beings with consciousness evolved and are present. So, life doesn't have a meaning at all, doesn't have any purpose, it doesn't help the universe or anything. Another thing is that in life there is a lot of pain and suffering. So, us conscious beings shouldn't create children, because there is always the chance that this child may suffer or may have some great discomfort in their life. It's not sure that it will be very bad, but the possibility is there. Human beings, it's only a caprice on their part to make children, shouldn't make any children, and gradually the human race will go extinct. That is the purpose. That is the main thing in this theory, in this worldview, anti-natalism. I can find several things that don't sound right in this theory. First, whoever expounds this theory, GloomBoomDoom for example, GloomBoomDoom looks from above, from outside life, and states that life doesn't have any meaning, any purpose, or anything else. I see here a God complex, because from outside life, somewhere in the universe, looking on Earth, there is nobody like that who has the concept of meaning, who can say if life has meaning or not, or any purpose. Meaning we have only in life, only in living beings themselves, in human beings. The concept meaning is created only in consciousness, because I have described in other videos how the human consciousness has the capacity to see the world in a symbolical way, and has language, has made concepts, constructed concepts, abstractions, generalizations, in order to be able to communicate, to make sense of the world, and to have any activity in order to survive and reproduce. So, another thing that I would like to say, the first was that this is a God complex, to look from above onto life. You can speak of meaning only if you look from inside the living world, if you are a living being, a human being with consciousness yourself. But if you are a human being with consciousness and say that life doesn't have a meaning, who are you to say? You only express your own personal opinion. Other humans may have other opinions. They may say, well, I will run the chance of having suffering in my life, but I would have other things in life as well. Pleasure, challenges, the pleasure of being alive. So, not to look from outside, but from the inside, and when you look from the inside, you can't decide for all life, for everybody, what is sensible to do and what not, and if life has a meaning in general or not. Every human being has a meaning of their own life or not. The other thing was that GloomBoomDoom uses especially philosophy, logic, to construct this theory, which he thinks is watertight. The main argument, I said it already, is that life is senseless, meaningless, purposeless, and there is a lot of suffering, of pain in life, and it's not worth it. You can't balance this bad suffering with anything good that is there, that is in life. You can't compensate it either. So the only solution is to not have life at all, only then you won't have suffering. But we can't use philosophy for judging this thing, because philosophy, for example, with the means of philosophy, I will try to debunk this argument about suffering. What is pain? What is suffering? It is not an entity, a thing that exists and will appear in somebody's life and stay there. Pain and suffering are not entities. They are constructions, concepts constructed in the human mind. They are abstractions. What is happening actually is a physical thing. If you stub your toe on a rock, you have the molecules of the rock, you have the living cells in the toe. They get damaged, signals get sent to the brain, and I'm not a specialist at all, but then you get the feeling of some uncomfort. If you are if you have taken a painkiller before that, you won't get anything. So what? There is no pain. The same thing happens, but no pain exists. So I know, I can see that this is absurd what I'm saying now, but I'm using philosophical language. So your argument that there is a lot of suffering or pain, I can say there's no pain, show it to me. Life is a new and special thing in the universe. For example, when the first self-reproducing macromolecule appeared, it already had a sort of purpose, function. I say purpose, function, these are human abstractions, concepts. Of course, it, at the time, didn't consciously have a purpose or function, but we can say now that it had a sort of purpose to survive and to reproduce. And then with evolution, this purpose function started accumulating, refining, until all through that long time, billions of years, it reached us with our consciousness. And now we already have, through all those events in the history of life, we have constructed this concept of meaning, of worth, value for the human life, because we are living, and we have created that concept. It does not exist from outside the universe. Somebody, well, who would that be? If it's a living being, then another sort of life that could have appeared only through evolution, so they will have some sort of same sort of meaning as life on Earth. About another thing I can't talk about, because nothing else can exist. What could that be if it's not a physical thing? But In one of GloomBoomDoom videos lately, I heard him ask questions to the audience. One of the questions was something like, if you are a being somewhere in the universe, but you are nothing, you are not a living being at all, would you choose to become a human being? Something like that. The content of the question is irrelevant to the point I'm trying to make. In philosophy, this ability of humans to generalize, make abstractions, is raised to a very high degree, and the process of reification has taken place as well, because what is this being he is talking about? In philosophy, for example, if you have a human being or a chair, an abstraction is made, a concept is made of the being of this chair. The chair is here, and the fact that it exists, its being, is a separate concept, and it is viewed as a separately existing thing. The being of something, the being of me, is somewhere else, outside the universe, for example, and if this being of mine has to decide if it would like to become me or not. So no wonder many famous scientists, hard science, say philosophy is dead, or I have read some of them say philosophy doesn't help science at all. What it does is very often it hampers science. Another thing, in these questions that I watched, one of the questions was, if you have a 2-year-old toddler who doesn't realize she's alive, she has never seen a parent or anything, she has been put in a cupboard and somehow kept alive until she's 2 years old, she doesn't have parents, so nobody will be sad that she has gone. Would you kill her? Or something like that. Again, the content of the question itself doesn't matter here, but this situation described is very strange. What he's trying to say is that the life of a 2-year-old toddler who doesn't realize his or her life, and there's nobody to lament her death, has no worth, has no value, and could easily be killed and nothing would have changed. That is not true, because every human being, every person, because he has this meaning for life, this feeling for the worth, the value of the human life, from the evolution that has taken billions of years and it has accumulated that function, purpose, refined it, we have this sense of meaning, so no normal person would just like that kill a 2-year-old. Only, it can happen only if that person is a psychopath, but he's not very normal and doesn't have a normal human consciousness. So I have many more things to say about antinatalism, but I will do that in other videos. For now, I would just like to sweep out of the place here, but I don't have the equipment, so I will show you footage of my sweeping out of the video from another video. Bye!
Time to play the game!